Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, MJ Traders and Investors. It's Rod with Power Group. It was an exciting day. Today is Thursday, July 14th. Hope you're well today. It was an exciting day, like I said, in the markets, and we finally got some movement in MJ land, and we'll take it. Before we get to today's video, it's about the Senate bill potentially dropping next week. We had some big news today out about Chuck Schumer's bill potentially coming as soon as next week. That was responsible for the pop that we saw midday today. We had some names up over 20%, but a lot of double digits in the green, so congrats to the Bulls. Before we get to it, though, make sure to smash the like, help support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe and tick the bell. You'll be notified on any future videos. MJ Biz Daily came out with this report. We'll take a look at some quick news, and then we'll look at some charts. Report, long-awaited Senate MJ bill may be offered next week. So the U.S. Senate may soon have formal MJ legalization bill to consider, according to a report on from Bloomberg on Thursday. And we have a bunch of other bullish catalysts that I'm going to be mentioning in this video as well. And if anybody has any other catalysts that I forget to mention, let me know in the chat below. I'd love to hear from you. The news outlet reported that Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is poised to introduce his MJ Administration and Opportunity Act next week, a federal MJ decriminalization bill that the MJ industry has been waiting for since February of 2021, really since we had that massive run, and that's when we topped in MJ is in February of last year, and we know that it's been a brutal 17 months ever since, and everybody's really looking forward to the turnaround, myself included. That's when Schumer pledged to make MJ reform a priority in the Democratic-controlled Congress, and that was after they had taken control of the Senate. The senator even released a draft version of the bill last year, and a number of MJ trade organizations offered feedback in the fall. We also know that Amazon and Apple are backing legalization this time as well. Several were concerned, for instance, about the proposed national 10% tax on MJ products, which would increase to 25% over a 3-year period. I agree that needs to be changed, and said that would only embolden the illicit MJ market. I would 100% agree. As written, however, the draft bill would mean a seismic change in the industry landscape because it would remove MJ from the list of federally controlled substances, continue allowing states to take the lead on regulating the industry, and eliminate Section 280E of the federal tax code for MJ businesses, which a lot of people are complaining about and say need to be removed, myself included. Create grant programs to help those affected by the war on drugs, and remove federal penalties for MJ and expungement nonviolent MJ-related criminal records. Even when the bill is introduced, Bloomberg reported that the measure faces long odds in the 50-50 Senate, which requires 60 votes to overcome for the bill to be passed, essentially. The House of Representatives, by contrast, has now passed its own MJ legalization bill, the MORE Act, but the measure has not even yet been granted a Senate hearing. So that was extremely bullish. Let me know if you're excited. Smash the like if you're bullish. Also, we had this article from MJ Moment. House approves MJ and psychedelics amendment as part of the must-pass defense bill. And we know that the Senate's, the Democrats, since they gained control of the Senate and since Biden took office, we know that they haven't really done anything. And I'm not getting political. I'm not on either side of the fence. I'm Canadian, so I could care less. But just saying that they haven't really done anything. And big reason that they got put in there, in my opinion, was because of their stance on MJ and expungement of records, that type of thing, and the whole reform, and they haven't really done anything. So I know that a lot of the polls are saying that the Democrats are losing right now to Republicans, and this could be something that they use to get the market back into a bullish state, and also we could see them really push for this into the midterms as they look to gain back some of the voters' loyalty. Also, in other news, financial associations asked lawmakers to pass banking amendment in the defense bill, and some of the signers here, it was signed by the American Bankers Association, the Credit Union National Association, the Independent Community of Bankers of America, and the National Association of Federally Insured Credit Unions. Also, like I said, 2022 midterms coming up in the fall in November. So again, we're likely going to see, this is another bullish catalyst that we could see something pass before then. We know that they're also working on getting safe banking as part of that defense bill. So that's another bullish catalyst that we could have. We have more bills dropping in the Senate next week. Tons to look forward to. And also in other news, Germany, there's still some big questions on recreational MJ legalization, but that looks like it's poised to begin at some point soon as well. Something we'll also have to keep in mind is that a lot of big Fortune 500 CPG companies are asking Congress to crack down on copycat edibles in the space. And this came from some pretty pretty big companies like Kellogg Company, Mandela's, and I'm pretty sure Kellogg's going to be entering the space. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a partnership with Hexo. But essentially, a lot of these companies, Mandela's, they're asking Congress to crack down on copycat. Might that be because they're looking to enter the space? And if that were the case, we could see, again, another massive catalyst. If we saw one enter the space, two enter the space, we know Jones Soda just entered with Mary Jones Soda. So once they all fall, it's just like a domino effect, right? They all come tumbling down after, right? It's game theory playing out to a T. MJ legalization criticized in Thailand as too much too soon. So Thailand's another market that we can expect. Israel, Malta, I think Sweden was also going to be testing some medical. And we'll see a ton of other countries in the EU follow suit very soon, in my opinion. Also, can't forget New York. MJ regulators approving rules to start accepting retailer applications for people harmed by the war on drugs. And also just overall rec sales starting in New York, going to be a massive, massive catalyst, in my opinion. Also, Tilray headquartered in New York. So things are about to get interesting, in my opinion. Also, people spent $153 a piece on MJ and New Jersey's first day of sales. We had a ton of sales in New Jersey, and we should see some numbers from New Jersey and the results there in terms of sales and things like that in August. Also, in other news, High Tide opens its first Canna Cabana location in BC, British Columbia. Also, did a video on this just not too long ago. You can check it out, but essentially Organigram beat on expectations. Their Q3 earnings, they beat by revenue and EPS by a large margin and have been seeing some nice revenue growth over the last 4 quarters, and they trimmed their loss to $2.8 million, and I do believe that the days are numbered for unprofitable LPs. Also, we could be seeing the S&P 500 find a temporary bottom, as well as tech and crypto. We had a bear break of this equilibrium. We had the low, high, higher, low, lower, high, higher, low, bear break. And then we actually ended up closing near the high of the day. So we'll see if we can head back up towards resistance. We need to confirm a daily uptrend and then a weekly uptrend to be confident. The weekly bounce is underway on SPY, but we are forming a higher low now. So we do have the ability to change the weekly trend here. And we know that we need to see that in order to see tailwinds in the MJ space. Also on MSOS, we did confirm a daily uptrend today with the low, high, higher, low, and higher high. So that's what we want to see on the S&P 500 as well to be confident that the bottom is in, is this low, high, higher, low, and higher high. If we break 394 on SPX, that's going to confirm a daily uptrend. We could see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross as well. Also lining up on MSOS, those EMAs potentially crossing bullish. But this is what we want to see, is a daily uptrend confirm, and then we zoom out to the weekly. A lot of people asking me right now, is this the bottom being set? And I said, you know, it was great to see all the green, the sea of green today, and double-digit gains. I think Tilray was up 22% in 1 hourly candle, but we are just starting the weekly bounce, right? So now we still need to come up, form a weekly higher low and then a higher high. And then we can start to be a little confident, you know, we can start to have some hope that we're almost there, right? Then we still need to do the monthly higher low and higher high and change the monthly trend back to an uptrend as well. So we've got many weeks and a couple months, at least a few months ahead of us before we can confirm any weekly and monthly uptrends. And that's likely going to be into, like I said, into the fall, into the elections, in my opinion, where we have all of these bullish catalysts. Usually the summer is a summer lull, right? There's a drop off in activity, and then things pick up, the seasonality effect at MJ into the fall, and even individual states may look to legalize as well, some new states, right? So tons to be bullish about. Also HMMJ trying to confirm a daily uptrend. If we can break resistance here at 375, that would confirm a daily uptrend, but we did close at the high of the day, looking like it wants to see more, and more than likely potentially set up for a gap up open tomorrow. But we know we're due for hourly consolidation. We haven't consolidated in a long time. We could easily pull back 5 to 10% on a lot of names, just be looking for an hourly higher low. But watch for HMMJ to break 375 tomorrow. That would confirm a daily uptrend. A little bit weaker considering MSOS already confirmed its daily uptrend, and HMMJ just lagging a bit. In terms of MSOS here on the moving averages, we're very close to the 10-week moving average there at 1259, and we are seeing a bull cross of the stochastic and the MACD, so great to see on our weekly macros. We have nothing nearby until the 50 weekly at 2292, and then in terms of the daily time frame, we're looking at the 50-day moving average there at 1278. So the 10-week moving average there at about 1260, and the 50-day moving average there at 1278. I expect that area to be very strong resistance. After that, we have nothing until the 100-day at 1607. And if we take a look at our movers and shakers on the day today, on the bull list in the US, we had MMEN, LOWL, TerraSend, and CL, so followed by Cresco. And on the bear list, we had KGKG, Ian, and CNVCF. But if we take a look, I wanted to bring up CL here real quick. So CL had a daily bull flag. This was perfection. So we draw from the low to the high. Anything above the 0.32 fib retracement, that 374 level, was a potential daily bull flag. We confirmed it to a perfection today. Held that just barely, and then we confirmed a daily uptrend when we broke the high here at 415, and then we confirmed the daily bull flag. Right now we're targeting just over 503 Canadian on the CSE. But massive day for CL, and like I said, massive day for Tilray, leading the charge here today in Canadian MJ, followed by huge ACB, CGC, VFF. And then if we take a look at the losers on the day, it was NOVC, WIB, and OGI. So again, check out my video I did on OGI. I did say that I think the weakness was from the broader market, but very odd that it didn't finish green today after beating EPS and revenue estimates. But let's just take a look here at Tilray, at the hourly candle that happened once that news broke. Just take a look at that hourly candle. We had over 22% gains in one hourly candle. That's what you call trapping shorts. We'll see if we can trap a few more tomorrow. But like I said, on the daily time frame, we are confirming a daily uptrend again with the low high. We had one here, low high, higher low, and higher high. Then we lost it, and then we went down, confirmed a weekly bear flag, but no follow through. And then from there, it ended up being a bull trap. A bear trap rather, and then we didn't actually see that follow through from the weekly bear flag, and then we had a new daily bounce start, new low, high, higher low, and higher high. So we're now back into a daily uptrend. But again, just like all of our MJ, and once we see HMMJ and MSOS, the ETS confirm weekly and monthly uptrends, then we'll be confident that the bottom is in and that a new multi-year bull market, in my opinion, will be starting. I think the next bull market is going to be absolutely epic. And like I said, we're bouncing here on the weekly time frame. Still need to come down and form a weekly higher low and higher high, change the weekly trend back to an uptrend, and then we need the monthly. So still a long way to go. It's too early to tell whether or not the bottom is in. There's still a lot of weekly bear flags out there, but let me know in the comments below if you think the bottom is in, if you don't think the bottom is in, if you agree with me on a lot of what I said, don't agree with me. I always love thoughtful discourse. And like I said, if I missed anything, any kind of bullish catalyst, let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. We'll see you on the next video. And if you could, smash the like, share the video with anybody that might find value. I would appreciate it. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. It's Rod with Power Group, and we'll see you in the next update.